Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Holiday Cup in the Great League, and let's see what we are going to run. We have the Aurorus faced with the Credilli. This is a kind of a neutral matchup depending on move timing. So we're just going to throw this ice move with the weather ball. We do get a shield from our opponent. Our opponent is potentially going to have Rock Slide and Grass Knot. So we do shield that first one. We're going to be able to get to another weather ball here. This weather ball gets a second shield from our opponent. So we have a decision to make. Are we going to shield or are we going to let this go? We decided to let it go. And then we are going to get to this weather ball here. Does this KO from this range? No. So great decision by my opponent double shielding and winning the lead. We're going to be faced with a big rod. Then we switch into the Whimsicott. But then they switch into their Skarmory. So unfortunately, this is not a great situation for us, as this Whimsicott is going to be hard-walled by this Skarmory right here. Now you understand why they double shielded. And it looks like our opponent is going to have a ton of energy to throw at this Lanturn. We do tank a Brave Bird, and then we're going to farm down. One shield versus this Big Rod. Do we have enough health to win this matchup? We're going to shield this Body Slam here because we're going to have to use the shield anyways. We're trying to get to 2 Surts because we don't think one Thunderbolt here KOs. And unfortunately, we just run out of energy. We run out of health. And we're not going to be able to win this matchup right here. Even if we threw that Thunderbolt, I don't think we would have won at that range, unfortunately. So GG's. On to the next game. We do have a somewhat balanced team here with the Aurorus being protected by the Whimsicott. And Lanturn running Water Gun kind of being our safe swap. So here we're going to go for a weather ball here. This is a really interesting Pokemon. I'm going to be honest, haven't seen too many of these in the Great Lake here. But it so far has revealed that it has Trailblaze. We're going to be able to get to another weather ball here. The Oinkle Log is going to double shield. So what's their second move here? We don't know. We're just gonna tank this first one. We don't think they have anything that can KO the Whimsicott, so we let that first one go. Ends up being the Body Slam. This Body Slam is boosted, so we one shield and farm down. And let's see what they have in the back here. So they have a normal type protected by a ghost type, so they try to catch us slipping a little bit there, but we were prepared for this. So we purposely overcharged, and then now we're gonna have a great situation, because we did a huge amount of damage towards that Altaria, and we're going to be able to potentially farm down with that Lanturn. So GG's to our opponent. They try to bamboozle us, but unfortunately for them, we did not get bamboozled. Next game here, let's see what we find. Great lead for us, Shadow Venusaur versus this Aurorus. We do get to the weather balls first. This is a Shadow Venusaur, so they're going to potentially take huge damage here. So they do shield. They're going to go and use a Frenzy Plant here to threaten a shield as well. We're going to overfarm a little bit, and unfortunately we get our weather ball caught on the Talonflame, but we're going to switch out into a Lanturn running the Water Gun, and this is going to be able to take out this Talonflame easily. We tank a Flame Charge here, and then we're going to be able to get the full farm down, and then we're going to be able to get to another Thunderbolt here to throw back at this Venusaur. Venusaur decides to tank it for some reason. And then we're going to be able to get to a Thunderbolt here with our Lanturn versus this Altaria. Neutral damage here does help out, but this is all but over because we have 2 counters to this Altaria in the back. We're going to come in with our Whimsicott to soak up damage, meanwhile doing super effective fast moves. This Sky Attack does roughly 60%, but it doesn't take us out. So we're going to threaten this last shield, going for this Moonblast potential debuff. Doesn't happen, but as you can see, we're going to be very close to another Moonblast here. They have to use a move here, so they're low on energy, and then we're going to be able to farm down with our Aurorus with double super effective ice moves. So not bad so far. We are catching a lot of Altarias floating around, and we haven't seen too many Vigoroths right now, but we are prepared for a Vigoroth. There's another Altaria. This is a great lead for us. Not sure why they're staying in. So we're going to threaten the shield here. The fact that they haven't switched out tells us that they don't want to see this Aurorus in the back either. So they do reveal that they have a double flyer team. Talonflame in the back here. We're going to threaten a shield. Meteor Beam does go through. Does increase our attack. Even though this is only neutral, it would do, you know, some good damage considering it was boosted. But unfortunately for them, they actually have the worst case scenario because they have a dragon in the back. We have a Whimsicott in the back. This is going to be easy shield. Avalanche comes through, and we're just going to overfarm until almost 100 and throw this Moonblast. This is going to take out the Whimsicott, and now it's GG's because we do have a water gun Lanturn that's going to be able to take advantage of this Talonflame. One flame charge goes through, another flame charge comes again. Even though their attacks are increased, we do have a shield here that we just have to get to a surf here to win the game. So this team right here ends up being double flyer. Unfortunately for them, we are prepared for the double flyer team, and the Lanturn was able to be matched up with the Talonflame and avoiding the artifacts. So next game, let's see what we find here. Chestnut in the front here. Is it running Frenzy Plant? No, it's running Rock. A Rock Fast Move. Is that Smackdown? Don't remember. So they're going to switch out into the Vigoroth. So finally see the Vigoroth. We are going to be switching into the Whimsicott here. We do win this in the 2 shields and the 1 shield. So we're going to let the first one go. We go for this Moonblast here. Potential debuff and huge damage. We do get a shield. And our opponent here is going to try to throw a move before we get to ours. So we're just going to shield here. And then we're going to get to this Moonblast here. This Moonblast does KO the Vigoroth, and they're going to come back in with their own fairy. Unfortunately for us, we get farmed down. And now we have a decision to make. Do we go with Aurorus or the Lanturn? We believe we're going to go with the Lanturn because we want to avoid the Lanturn against their Chestnut. We do tank a Weather Ball right here, which is ineffective. And then we're going to try to throw double serves. Okay, but they're going to be able to get to a Dazzling Gleam here. It does huge damage. This Surf here does not KO, but it forces them to switch out because we potentially could have farmed down. They're going to switch back into the Chestnut. We're going to go into our Aurorus with the Weather Ball already ready. We're going to shield here. Ends up being the Frenzy Plant. We're going to use one fast move. We're going to throw the Weather Ball again. Does this KO from this rain? Doesn't, but we're going to look to farm down. We do get the farm down. That's perfect. We know that they have the Ninetales still, and they're so low. All we have to do is just throw this Weather Ball. It should be enough, and it does. So GG's to our opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.